Today I'm going to be teaching you how to mod your very own 3DS. There's a few things that you'll need: SD reader, SD card adapter with a micro SD card or just an SD, as well as your PS. So what you want to do first, you want to get your SD card reader and your SD card, and then you put it in there, plug it into your PC. So I'm going to assume that your SD card is above 16 gigabytes, in which you would have to use GUI formatter, which we're going to show you how to download right now. I'll put the link in the description, but just search up GUI format and then FAT32, just download that and search it up. Here, select your drive. Make sure not to select your actual SSD because it can delete everything and that's not good. So put your allocation size to anything you want. I just do the fastest one. I assume it makes it faster because it's higher number, but so press start. By the way, if you got any like files on the SD that you want to keep already, I would move them somewhere else because it's going to erase everything. Yeah, make sure you're not in files while you're doing it. Now that you've done that, take your SD card out and take it back to the 3DS. Now you've finished formatting your SD card, you're going to want to put the SD card back in the 3DS. Now that you've done that, it will say creating SD thing here. I didn't record in time for it to show up, but it should say something like loading SD card there. Then what you want to do is you want to turn that off, take out your SD, and we're going to take it back to the PC. Before I move on to the next part of the video, I just need to say that you need to be connected to an internet and you have to update your system to the latest update or whatever it's called. I don't know. So yeah, I'm doing that right now. I just learned myself. I made a mistake. So now that you've done that, you're going to come back on your PC, open up your disk, and also you need to download the mset9 file, link in the description. Don't worry about these yet. You don't need them and you do not need this. So once you've downloaded that, select all this, just take it right to the root of your SD and then open up mset9 windows.bat. Select whichever one is the right one, which I'll show you how to find in a second. It's normally 1 if it's the original 3DS and then 2 if it's the 3DS XL, the old one, but I'll just show you how to find it out in a second. So first one, create, and then 1 again, then press enter to exit. And let's take it back to the 3DS. And for the people who didn't know where the version was, right here on settings. So whatever that is for you, that's the version that you put when you go in that mset9 file. Now I know this may sound weird, but the first thing you're going to want to do is open MeMaker. Then wait for this little buffer screen to load and then leave. And then go to settings. Then you're going to want to click data management, Nintendo 3DS, and software data. And then once you've done this, it should say reset or cancel. You're going to want to hit reset. Then once you've done that, just press OK and it should restart. And if not, just turn it off yourself. Now that you've done that and we're back on the computer, you want to open up that windows.bat file again. Press on the version that you pressed before. For me, it is 1. And then next, you want to check the mset9 status. Now, if all this is okay, press enter. And we'll move on to the 3DS again. Okay, so when you turn on your 3DS, it should be already on settings, and if it's not, then go off it and redo the last step. Then you want to open settings again, and just like last time, hit data management, Nintendo 3DS, but this time we're going to hit extra data. Now once you've done this, you're going to actually want to do something really strange. You're going to want to take the SD card out whilst the device is on and then put it back in our PC. So now that we've done that, we're going to go back to our windows.bat file, whatever number it is. Then we're going to press free. So we're going to inject the trigger file now.
So this is going to be very careful.
Press enter again, and we're going to go back to our 3DS. So once you've done that, you're going to want to put the SD card back in the 3DS, and look at that. So now you just need to enter the button combo, and then it should reset your device. And when it turns back on, it should open with this Luma 3DS menu. Just press save. You don't need to change anything at the moment. And when it resets, you're going to want to put your finger on the X button, the down pad button, left button, and select. Now when it turns on and you press all those buttons at the same time, it should open this menu. Now you want to go down to miscellaneous settings, dump DSP firmware, and nullify user time offset. Then go all the way back and turn off your device. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our remote disk, back to mset9, and quickly press 4 and remove that trigger file as we don't need it anymore. Okay, now exit. But now we're not going to go back to the 3DS straight away because there's still one more thing we need to do. Now them files I was talking about earlier, right here, finalize.roms and finalizehelper.firm. Well, you need to download them. They're linked in the description. And then the finalize ROMs right here, you're going to have to put them in the root, but then the finalizehelper.firm. So in Luma, payloads. If there's no payloads folder, just create one and then put that in there just like that. Now we can take it out and take it back to our 3DS. Let's go. Firstly, you're going to want to put your SD card back in, and then you're going to want to hold the X button and then press the power button, and look what happens. Wow. Isn't that cool? Now you just have to wait for a few things to load. Press A, and then when you're on this screen, you want to press the home button, go down to scripts, and then press
A. But after that, you might get this error, which is completely fine. It's just because we didn't remove MSET9. So to get rid of this error, you have to do this combo code with the buttons, and then you have to remove and reinsert the SD card. Now after this, you'll get another error saying you don't have title.db installed, which is also completely fine. Just press A and it will download one for you. Now after this, it will be downloading a few things which might take a while, so I'm just going to skip this part for you. Once it's finished installing those CIA files, it comes up with this screen, which actually looks quite cool. Now you're just going to want to turn off your 3DS and turn it right back on. And once you've turned it on, you'll realize that you have all of these presents. I'll show you what they are now. So here's a brief run through. Anemone is a theme manager app and a theme plaza. Checkpoint is a save point manager for games and apps. FBI is a remote installer, and also you can see the root of your SD and many other things with it. It's actually quite cool. Homebrew, you can access your root directory, and you can also use apps download from Universal Updater. It's got loads of custom firmware and software. And this one helps you connect your 3DS to your PC.
Now that you've gotten all of that custom firmware, you're probably wondering, well, where's all the games? I don't really care about this. That's where the fun part comes in. So now I'm going to get this up here. And what you want to do, you want to search up hShop QR code. So yeah, once that loads up right here, I'll go back now actually because you didn't really see what it looked like. It's this one. And then what you want to do, you want to click on FreeHS, and then this QR code will come up. And then what you want to do is you want to scan that with the 3DS. I'll show you now. So when you're on your 3DS, you want to open the FBI app, and then you want to head down to remote install and then click scan QR code. Once you have done this, it will turn on the 3DS's camera, and that's when you scan the QR code. Now press A to install. Now once you've done that, press the home button and you'll see the new hShop. Now once you've opened it, you'll notice that there's a bunch of different options. So the first one is the games, there's updates, virtual consoles, DSiWare. And if you're seeing this error when going onto the theme manager, here's how to fix it. So first, you just want to press the home button and then press that little button in the top left. Then hit change theme, and there should be a buffer screen which should sort everything out. So then go back onto Anemone, hit that little internet button, and look at all these themes, man. They're so cool. If this video helped you mod your 3DS in any way, shape or form, please leave a like, subscribe, maybe even comment and leave a nice little note for me, or a hateful one. I don't mind. End video. I also have a website called modxgaming.com. We sell loads of modern consoles such as the 3DS, PS Vita, PSP, actually anything Game Boys. So yeah, if you want to buy one, link in the description, bro.